Hey guys, you're at that 1870s Homestead and my name's Rachel, and we're gonna make a wonderful, wonderful appetizer for fall, Thanksgiving, something you can make ahead, put in your freezer if it can make it to the freezer. And we are gonna make pumpkin pie hummus. So let's get to it. Super simple, super easy, and I'll give you some options with the recipe so you can make it with ingredients that you have in your pantry. Well, it's just such a happy day out right now. Our first snow is falling, giving me just all the feels. So we have our Vitamix. First thing, just any blending utensil. I've done this with my immersion blender before. We're just using our Vitamix today. Chickpeas. You'll need a can of chickpeas. Whether you can your own or they're store-bought, you'll want to rinse and drain them. A can of pumpkin. I have home canned pumpkin, but if you have store-bought pumpkin puree, not pumpkin pie filling, just pumpkin puree. So I'll need to drain mine. Maple syrup. You can use honey instead of maple syrup. We are going to use, like, if you have, I guess, any kind of sweetener ingredient. Tahini. I love tahini, and hummus is properly made with tahini, but you can use almond butter or peanut butter. I'm going to be using tahini today. Your spices. So we have some pumpkin pie spice, some allspice, and some cinnamon, salt, and a little bit of lemon juice. So let me get my chickpeas and my pumpkin drained and we'll be back. Okay, we have our chickpeas are drained. I'm gonna put those in. Now you can do this however you like to blend things. I just as soon dump everything in and go. I didn't mention that you may need water to probably like up to a quarter, somewhere between a quarter and a half a cup to get it to the consistency that you like. Some people like a runnier hummus, some people like a thicker hummus. I'm kind of somewhere in between. So because I didn't drain my pumpkin, I drained it, but I didn't like squeeze out the juices. I don't know how much water I'm actually gonna end up needing, if anything. All right, ooh, I can't get my syrup open. All right. So you do try to use a pure sugar maple syrup or honey, something like that. I think it would be nice because the intent with hummus really is it should be healthy. So not that yet. I'm going to go in with my hummus, probably a heaping third of a cup. Hummus is one of those things that you can, it stores really well. So I usually buy a couple things of it at a time. Once I open it, I prefer to store mine in the refrigerator, but it stores really well in the pantry unopened. Did I say hummus? I meant tahini. Okay, I'm just stirring it up because the oils do separate in tahini like they would in a raw peanut butter. And tahini is just like I believe it's just like roasted sesame paste. So it's made from sesame seeds. It smells kind of almost just like peanut butter. And I think that that's why peanut butter is a great substitute if you don't have it, because it can be expensive to buy. And I know I said a heaping third of a cup. So while I'm saying that, I'm using a fourth of a cup measuring cup. So I need to go back in and get some more. A lot of people, when they watch my videos, I always just use what utensils aren't dirty at the time. And they're like, I thought you only said 1/3 of a cup and I saw you put 2 in. And it's just because that's what I had clean at the time of filming. All right. Get all that goodness in. And I'm kind of just winging this. So feel free to wing it in your kitchen too and make it your own, taste as you go. Maybe you want a little bit more spice, a little less spice, different spices all together. And I'll tell you at the end how I'm going to consume this goodness and give you guys ideas on ways to serve it and just all the fun things. Okay, we still need our measuring cup though, because I do need my maple syrup, a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. I'm gonna go in just with a splash of lemon juice. That's just gonna bring the flavors out. That's all that does. And a little, I would say 1/2 teaspoon or so of cinnamon. We're gonna go in with a tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice, maybe just shy of a tablespoon. And a dash of allspice. Maybe 1/4 teaspoon or so. And salt. Probably gonna start with like 1/2 teaspoon and then I'll taste. All right, let's give all that a decent stir. Oh, Abigail? Oh, Lane. All right, did I get into everything? Yep. Now I'm just gonna blend this till it's the consistency that I like. And I like a smooth hummus, not over textured. I'm gonna start on low. And I want to say the amount of pumpkin that I added, because it was in a pint jar, was probably the equivalent of 1/2 of a jar of store-bought canned pumpkin. So yours might turn out proper where mine's not. And a full quart of my canned pumpkin is a little bit too much, so I just didn't want to be wasteful. So ours will just be pumpkin flavored.
Yeah, pretty good.
So how great does that look? I mean, Todd just tasted it. He was like, that's good. So I made up, the way I'm going to have my snack today is I made up some cinnamon sugar tortillas. So I just buttered the tortillas and then pan fried them and sprinkled some cinnamon sugar on it. You could serve it. I have some pepitas and cranberries and other almonds, candied nuts, things like that. I think this was from a salad bag topping kit that my sister brought over. And dried apple slices. Totally think, how would your family like to eat it? Maybe with some teddy bear graham crackers for little kids, or graham cracker pieces, fresh fruit, apples, sprinkled with some marshmallows on top, sweet potato chips. So you could add this to a charcuterie board, whatever you're doing for your upcoming gatherings. I've seen it drizzled with maple syrup, a dash of cinnamon on top. I would probably do that. Just sprinkle it with some cinnamon. And then think creative hosting. So make everyone their own individual hummus cups. How cute is that? I'm gonna take some of my little nuts and cranberries. Oh my gosh, it's just so festive, so fun. and then boop, boop. Okay, seriously? Does it get any cuter than that? All right, thanks guys. I would just had a hankering. I wanted to put it together, and of course, I'm not gonna serve myself like this every day when I eat it, but I wanted to give you ways to incorporate it into your upcoming gatherings this fall. See you guys on the next video, and happy creating where you are.